It's not a very good free throw shooting team. Even though they can really shoot the ball from the perimeter, they don't shoot well from the line, shooting only about
over the weekend. A heartbreaking loss. There's the first three from Ron Harper Jr. has been making a ton of those.
Yeah, Michigan State really just got lucky there. They had a miss.
There's a drive and a block by Johnson. He met Josh Langford right at the rim. What a nice defensive play, and then Rutgers gives it right back. Langford this time settles for the mid-range, and it rattles out. Ball tipped by Kithier right to Aaron. Making a lot of threes. They block shots. They get out in transition. A player for Rutgers, but he averaged 12 points a game last season for that good Rutgers team you were talking about. He's up to 22 a game this year. Meanwhile, Michigan State, Aaron Henry turnaround. That one is Mac got some space and scored.
Well, Jacob Young is a really good player and has turned in to get that little left-handed shot in.
Well, back and forth they go. Two quick, fast breaks. Rutgers doesn't convert, though, so here comes Michigan State. Langford found Henry wide open for three.
Going through some growing pains and having to switch from Rocket Watts, who they tried at point guard early on, and it just hasn't worked out the way they had learned to. His teammates are going to have to learn to trust him. But just the plays he's made early on in this game shows you how good he can be.
Games in Bloomington and West Lafayette. In the Dome in Indianapolis, a comfortable setting, I think, for Big Ten teams.
Rebounder with outstanding hands.
Okay, he tried to split a double team.
Is such a good defender. He's at the top of the Big Ten in steals. And you mentioned he had transferred from Texas. Really good seconds of defense. Michigan State gives up an offense.
Aaron Henry's playing well in this first half for Michigan State, coming off a career-high scoring performance.
Aggressive, and he's getting his points in a variety of different ways, not just off of jump shots. He's starting to drive the ball more, playing off of 2 feet. And the more he gets to the free throw line, the better this Michigan State team's going to be.
He didn't accomplish a whole lot. Well, he went right by Young, a role player, defensive player, even as a young guy.
The receiver, and then take it the other way. That was a big-time, smart, anticipatory defensive play by Jacob Young.
That's how you lead the Big Ten in steals over the top. They have so many options on that bench.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think most teams in Michigan State will be one of them, I believe. They're going to shorten their bench and their rotation.
Ejected, so Rutgers found a way to get back on defense and prevent the layup 2 different times. Young had it stripped away by Henry. Played really well.
They had 20 in that one.
Doesn't look like that kind of confident player. Henry over the top. And a behind the back dribble. Instead of shooting it, he kicked it out to Mulcahy, who just has nowhere to go with Henry draped. Needed bucket.
But to your point, it was a challenge 2 without fouling instead of giving them a 3. And Michigan State has really stuck to the game plan to take away the 3.
He's got 6 of Rutgers' 14. Young has been the other primary Foster Lawyer playing about 15 minutes a game, somewhere in that neighborhood for Michigan State.
But Michigan State putting Miles Johnson in a ton of ball screens just to move it. Rutgers is starting to ratchet up its defense. And one thing, when you're not playing well, make the other team play worse.
Good theory so far in this first half. Henry tried his Gardens.
Yeah, you give Rutgers a ton of credit for it. But, you know, if you're Michigan State, I mean, I think if you look at it from...
He thought he was going to miss the whole year. His back has gotten better, and because you don't have to burn a year of eligibility, he decided, I'm going to play this year. Mulcahy for
a pretty solid lead here right here if they'd be knocking free throws down.
I mean, it's starting to become not
unfinished. I think Malik Hall's got a chance to really step forward and take over the 4 position, and at least be such a road in a difficult place to play, fans or not.
Hauser right away misses the 3. Aaron Henry, there he is for an offense
and 1 field goal attempt.
Harper picked up his
before he hit that one.
He's in the top 10 in the Big Ten in scoring. Montez Mathis coming into this game. Henry blows right by for theirs is 2 for 10 as a team.
Well, the one good thing for John.
Geo Baker, isn't it amazing record? Geo Baker, I think everybody thought he's their best player coming into this year. That's a steal. Henry takes it away again. One-on-one Aaron Henry team. I mean, he believes that they have a lot of room to grow, playing a lot of minutes.
He's a very good defender. He's done a really good job on Geo Baker. Just had a little switch there. And Baker's got to get going in this. That's this good since the 70s, maybe.
1976, 44 years ago, Rutgers.
Well, they run good stuff. That was a little back screen to get Ron Harper Jr. in the low post, then screen for the screener action. But Michigan State's doing a good job of staying between their...
As this Rutgers team does.
You know who used to do that is the old Soviet Union team. A guy named Remus Kurtenitis used to get those. They handles it well. He can pass. Just makes winning plays out there.
Henry from the baseline. That one good from Mulcahy. Henry for three. Yes. Michigan. I mean, you're going to have top 10, top 15 kind of matchups every week in this conference. He's starting to pull ahead in this game. 9:30 to go. Aaron Henry. Good look for Gabe Brown, who's wide.
Good communication there between Aaron Henry and Thomas Kithier. Kithier allowed him to go under, just pressed up on.
He wants to get him some more shots. He's taken 6 shots from the field in this game.
Michigan State down the stretch. There's a long way to go in this one.
Aaron Henry, no stop. Johnson.
They actually do it, you know, as part of their shoot-around scouting report. They work on free throw blockouts. Layup to go down. And smart move by Michigan State to pull it out and use some clock.
Aaron Henry right to that elbow area with the soft touch.
Done as well was that they didn't take care of the ball. And you give credit to Rutgers defense for putting him in that position. But overall, Michigan State has really executed their plan.
Rutgers wants at the end of what has been a long night. Long jumper, no good. Rutgers hasn't scored in more than a minute and a half to go. Oscar Palmquist, a freshman from Sweden. I think he's going to be a good player. Lots of good young.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating night for Rutgers, but Harper Jr. has had just a fantastic year thus far.